You're going to need an attorney in there, or you need Vanessa Jennings because she's an attorney. And she's in the studio right now. Seriously, if you have any legal questions, whether you are suing somebody or are looking simply to maybe start a corporation, LLC, or find out about wills and those kinds of legal things, give us a call right now, 622-9622. Maybe you've been in a traffic accident. Maybe there's some custody issues. All of the above are things that Vanessa works with in her practice over at the Jennings Law Firm, and she comes in here on Fridays to answer your questions for free. For free, Robin. It's absolutely free. At least for these 24 minutes or so. Good morning, Vanessa. How are you?
Good morning. I am well. How's everyone today?
Oh, good. You got your phone and your headset. You look pretty. Look at your top. You look good.
She has matching shoes.
Are you?
He likes to point out to our listeners that I'm not wearing makeup by saying I look good.
I didn't say that. I got something on here. Oh, exit. Okay. It says 1703 FP. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of that.
I don't been on the fritz this morning.
Yeah.
We do have the audio going. So
all right, there we go. It's hard to do the whole TV thing. Are you in the film? Are you in the Silver Springs film group? I think I saw you sitting at that table in this picture in the magazine.
I might be in the magazine because I've gone to their events, but I'm not on the board.
Okay, Is that
My friends
you?
are on the board.
Is that you in that picture there?
I can't. I'm not that astute to see that far away.
Is that you?
That is me, and I'm sitting next to Angie Lewis's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Alexis Lewis in that picture.
Nice.
Really? Mm-hmm. Angie Lewis has an adult daughter?
Angie Lewis has an adult son.
Really?
Yeah.
She doesn't look old enough to have an adult
We met her.
child.
We met
We did?
Alexis all those years ago when we were still in the Cascades. She brought her daughter in that day.
Wow.
Yeah, Alexis is in grad school in
Oh, okay.
at Mizzou, I believe, and then her son has already graduated.
Look at you. You look
job.
good.
I like when you
That's
lie to me.
No. It's a very becoming look for you. It looks artsy.
My librarian look, I like it. Okay.
That's not a librarian look. Oh, you mean your hair?
Well, the hair, the cardigan.
That's what you call that, a cardigan?
That is what it is.
I don't know. It just looks nice to me.
Thank you.
Don't sue me. How many people do you actually sue? Do you sue people? All the time?
Well, yes, because you sue people for divorce. So technically,
Oh.
I sue hundreds of people.
I got sued for divorce.
You did? I'm sorry.
So the one who gets the notice is the one being sued? I got the notice.
Yeah, you're being sued for divorce.
Do you know when I got the notice? Can I tell you about my experience?
But you can countersue if you do a counter petition.
No, I didn't do that. But you know what happened? The deputy was a lady. She brought it to the door, and she was as nice as could be. Because first of all, I'm panicking. Why is there a deputy at my door?
Right.
And then she actually said, "Don't worry, things will get better." And I said, "Why? What's going bad? What is this?" And then then I found out what it was.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes out of the blue. Sometimes it doesn't.
Blue would have been an okay color. Mine was like gray. I think.
And then there's that.
It was a million years ago. It's yeah.
Do you ever get nervous sometimes when you have clients and then, like fearing like you might have damage done to your office or your, employees or something because the other party doesn't like what's going on? Isn't that kind of scary sometimes for you as an attorney?
Throw your books on the floor.
I mean, really, that's all the damage they'd be able to do in our office. But, I mean, other than us. No, I think the only time that there's ever been any type of, I don't even want to use the word trepidation. That's even too strong of a word. Any type of, hint that something might be a little fishy had been in a criminal law case with a person who had mental health issues. So that was the only, I want to say, real true, something could happen. Otherwise, I don't think a lot of people blame the attorney as much as they do the other party. I say that with the caveat is sometimes when you get into the middle of litigation and you start doing tricky motions and you start filing stuff, and then they blame the attorney. So, but in family law cases, you don't get that as much.
Oh, okay.
That's more in civil cases.
Which you do handle too.
Which I do handle,
Civil.
but the civil stuff I handle is normally pretty black and white, and it's normally suing a business for money.
Oh, okay.
Okay, when I do anything online, I have to agree. Click this box if you agree.
Right.
What I'm agreeing to, I've never read.
Right.
I scroll
No one reads
through.
it.
I
Right.
scroll through. If you printed it up, it would probably be 10 pages sometimes.
Correct.
Is that legally binding? I mean, doesn't the judge say, nobody reads these things?
There's actually been cases on just that. Technically,
Really?
I mean, the law is yes, it's technically legally binding. Now, are there ways to get in and out of it? There's, depending on what it says, how it's worded, if they didn't word it correctly, if there's commas in wrong places. So there's always ways to argue around it, but your starting point is that it's valid.
It's so hard. I mean, I'll take it back a part of what I said because I have on important things, I guess. But I mean, signing up for like a Facebook app or something like that, I'll scroll through the whole thing and just click yes, and I'm on my way.
Right.
But something, like I don't know, a loan or something that I did a loan online one time.
You did.
I'm still paying on it. Yes. Yeah, it was a year and a half ago, maybe. Yeah, right. It was $1,000. It was Christmas. I said, yeah. All right. They sent me this offer. Yeah.
An offer you couldn't refuse.
Well, yeah. I thought, this would be good. So do we have anything we can do if we did sign that, and if they technically are right, but we somehow just didn't read it? Do we have any
No, because you're
protection?
supposed to read it.
You're
That's
supposed to read the whole thing.
Yep, that's buyer's remorse. You can't have it.
Wasn't there something in the law that they were going to do, make it illegal to make it in what they call legalese? Weren't they supposed to put it in common language?
Well, it's not a law, but there is a whole movement out there called plain English, lawyers to write in plain English. And the law school that I went to actually only taught you how to write in plain English. Now, I have backslid, and I throw in some legalese now because people like it. When you write in plain English, your clients are like, well, I could have written that.
Really?
There's nothing fancy in there. There's no Latin words. But the true story is the whole idea is the more precise your argument is and the clearer it is, the easier it is when you go to court and defend it later. So if I do a marital settlement agreement, if I throw in a bunch of Latin words and words that people might not know, they can go, well, I didn't know what that meant. And then they have argument and room to say, well, that's not what that really meant, or that's not how I perceived it.
Right.
It's easier if it's plain English, it's spelled out there, X, Y, Z, and then you follow X, Y, and Z.
So the only contracts I've ever really signed were songwriter contracts, and it would always have my name, and then it said hereafter known as whatever they want to call me.
The artist.
Here and after, comma,
Known as.
right, and then they put in whatever they're going to call you. Because those are form contracts, so that way they never have to change it.
Yeah.
So they could just have the word artist 5,000 times instead of putting Larry 5,000 times.
But in today's world, you probably could do that because computers are so much easier. You could replace a word with a word, right? So
That makes it easier. You just do control find, or you have fields that are set up. So when you write it in one field, it auto-populates into all your other fields. But the Jennings law firm is not that talented.
But you have to actually read everything, though. And anytime somebody brings you something, you have to, as an attorney, read everything, and just in case somebody threw something crazy in there.
Yes, that is my job.
Like the health bill they keep talking about. It's the same.
That is not my job.
It's can you imagine that, though? Here's what's weird. A lot of
No
those
one ever really reads those.
Isn't that crazy? And they're not. Are they written by lawyers? Those bills?
No, they're written by congressional aid staff people, because whoever's proposing the bill, whether it's in the House or in the Senate, whoever's proposing it gets their staffers to type all that up. They tell them what they want to say, and they give them they give them everything. But but then they also have policy people who do it. Sometimes it's think tanks. It depends on what type of bill it is. So that's just more of a logistics thing. Because my friend, that was her job.
That was her job to do that? Did she slip in plus I get $1,000 extra every day or something?
No, but they do. But the bosses sometimes slip things in, like money for bridges in their state. They'll just slip that in.
Yeah, sure.
It'll be in the
my
middle,
gosh.
middle of another random
Oh
bill.
my gosh, right.
Well, how can we get something like that to be more precise, because I hate when the guys that are elected to office, they write bills, and then when they have one certain topic for that, they always try to slip other things in there. How can you get them to stop doing that, just to have each bill for each topic, each subject?
Well, that would make politics hard, because that's how you maneuver stuff. If you vote for my bill, I will throw something in for you that's going to help you out.
Oh, okay.
So you've been in the heart of all of that too, right? Because didn't you work for a congressperson?
I did, but I did campaigning.
So you were in the heart of it.
So
Marketing.
in my world, the heart of it was doing the negotiations between the candidates to put it in the bill.
We have a phone
give us
call,
money.
and we invite phone calls. The number, if you'd like to call, is 622-9622. Good morning. You're on there with Vanessa Lane Jennings.
Yes, good morning, Vanessa. Say, when a lawyer wants to change states and practice in another state because they want to move to a different state, do they have to pass an examination for another state because it might be different than the one they're in, or are all states pretty much the same?
All states are not the same. Every state has their own laws. So the answer is a little bit convoluted, but I'll make it as non-convoluted as possible. You can go to a different state and sign in or waive in if there is reciprocity between your state and that state. So if the state of, we'll use Florida and Georgia. So if the state of Florida said any Georgia person who comes to Florida who wants to be an attorney, who's already an attorney in Georgia, but wants to be an attorney in Florida, can do so by this application process, Florida will go ahead and do the same. But the problem is the state of Florida has said, we won't accept any state. We don't care what state you're from. You have to sit and take the Florida bar, period, end of day. So they have to do the 2-day bar exam, even if they've been a lawyer for 30 years. But there's other states that allow it. So if you're in a state that allows people to come in from other states, you can go to other states that also allow it. The other loophole, it doesn't work for Florida, but for a lot of other states, is to be an attorney in D.C. I, as a Florida attorney, can apply to the D.C. bar because I've been an attorney for more than 5 years, and I can get into the D.C. bar because my bar score was high enough to make their requirements. I then go ahead and I can go into any state that accepts the D.C. bar without having to take a bar exam. So it's kind of complicated.
Does that require any further education to have before you can take those tests?
Well, yes and no. You have to know the state law, because the way that the bar is set up when you take the bar exam is you normally have in most states what's called a state day, where it is a bar exam just on the laws of that state. So in Florida, you do essays. You have 3 essays. You never know what they're going to be on. There's 15, I believe there's 15 topics that they choose from. It could be more. And you don't know. So you have to know all the law and all those. And then you have multiple choice as well. You have like a multiple choice exam after your 3 essays. And then you have the second day, or is the multi-state day, which is the universal test that all lawyers take at the same exact time across the United States. Everyone sits for it right about the same time. And it's an all-day exam that is literally the same questions everywhere on that day.
Thank you for the call. Let me take a little break, and we'll be right back. If you have a question for Vanessa, the number is 622-9622, and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On Friday, a shower thunderstorm early in the morning, then less humid in the afternoon, breezy and cooler with sunshine and a high of 75 to 81 degrees. Then by tonight, clear, breezy and cooler, low 52 to 60. On Saturday, refreshing breeze, pleasant and brilliant sunshine with a high of 77 to 81. On Sunday, pleasant with plenty of sun and a high of 83 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Evan Duffy.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. Their work is guaranteed along with your satisfaction. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
All right, 9 minutes before 11 o'clock. Vanessa Lane Jennings is here from the Jennings Law Firm. By the way, the phone number over at the Jennings Law Firm is 804-0092, 804-0092, and Vanessa's office is at 2945 Northeast 3rd Street on the second floor. But right now, you can call Vanessa here on WOCA, at WOCA, at 622-9622. And so there was a story, I guess it was in the news, like a recap of a story.
Okay.
Can I read it to you?
I'm scared, but yes. go
David
ahead,
and Linda. David and Linda. I know, it's my New York coming up. David and Linda were riding together on David's motorcycle in New Jersey.
Okay.
All right. As the couple, 56 years old, both of them, went around a curve, David saw a truck heading directly toward them.
Oops.
He couldn't swerve in time, and the two vehicles collided.
Ow.
When David regained consciousness, he realized he was lying on the ground and his left leg was gone,
Oh.
completely severed during the crash. The bones in Linda's leg were shattered. Doctors amputated her leg later that night.
Jeez.
8 minutes before the collision, Kyle Best, who was 18 years old, clocked out of his job at the YMCA where he taught swimming, and he slid behind the wheel of his father's Chevy pickup truck. He said he sent a few texts while sitting in the parking lot and then headed to his parents' house for dinner. While on the road, he sent 2 texts, the last one 8 seconds before dialing 911 to report that he had been in an accident. His truck had veered over the center line and struck a couple on a Harley. Okay, so he's the guy driving the truck that hit them. Okay. The Kuberts, that's the man and the woman, David and Linda Kubert, sued Best for driving in a careless manner. Attorneys settled the lawsuit 2 years later. His insurance company paid the couple $500,000. He pleaded guilty to distracted driving, but his license was never suspended. He paid $775 in fines. At the same time, Kubert's attorney, Skippy Weinstein, was also building a case against the 17-year-old Shannon Colonna, who was his girlfriend, who had been texting him at the time of the crash. And Weinstein claimed, the attorney claimed, that Colonna was also liable for the crash because she was aiding and abetting by being electronically present in the truck. This is where this gets crazy. He says, why wouldn't the person he was texting with, who knew that he was driving at the time, be as responsible as he is? This is the attorney asking the question. You agree with that, huh?
Nope.
Oh, you don't agree? Okay. Nope. Well, anyway, so the rest of it is this, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So Colonna's attorney, Joseph McClone, maintained that Colonna did not know that Best was driving, nor that he was reading the texts while driving. A person might get a text and not read it for 3 hours or even for 3 days, McClone noted. How would the texter ever be able to know whether or not someone read the text while driving?
Absolutely.
So the question is, should the girlfriend be responsible or anybody be responsible? Should I be responsible if I'm texting Robin and she's driving?
Absolutely not. How can you control Robin? That's my like personal like opinion on that. I've heard the argument before. It's been brought up several times. Eventually there will be laws that dictate how this all goes out, but right now we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Because it's new. Texting's not new because I've been texting, I don't know, since high school. But back then you had lots of buttons and it was hard to text. And it wasn't as prevalent. But how can I hold Robin responsible for sending you a text?
Yeah.
And not knowing anything about where, even if she knew you were in the car, that's your responsibility. You're the one who's driving.
Yeah.
You're the one who's behind the vehicle.
Right.
It's not that she's purposely distracting you. My phone is 100% of the time, well, 99.999% of the time, on not only silent, but do not disturb. I don't know when I get a text message. I do not know when I get a phone call. I do not know when I get an email. I don't know. I have to personally go in and look for it. I do it because I'm in court, and I just don't ever have to worry about it, so it never goes off for a job. But I would never know. So if someone texted me, and I text them back and I'm driving, that's 100% my responsibility. Because I had to go and look at it.
That's what I would think, too. Yeah, I'm with you 100% on this one. The thing, okay, real quick. When I was trying to do this thing for the GoFundMe thing, I never do GoFundMe. It's the second time ever, so I have done it. But they walked me through it, and one of the pages said, "List your friends who might be interested in this." So I did, not knowing that everybody was going to get like 56 messages. Robin said, "Were you in church?"
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, bing, 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 her phone starts binging. So she's thinking something's wrong. Why would so many people be binging her,
Yeah.
And I didn't know I did that. I did that to Robin. I did that to Joe. I might have even done it to you, Vanessa. Did you get a whole bunch of bings from me?
I keep getting messages but it's okay.
Yeah? You do? But I didn't know I was doing that because I was following they were like taking me by the hand.
Right, and that's, that happens. Now, next time you do it, you will not make that mistake.
I'm not going to. See, every time I call my son or anybody who I know might be driving, including I hope they're not driving at the time. Because I'm always afraid I'm going to get somebody to pick up a phone when they shouldn't.
Right. No, that's why I'm trying to. There's an app that needs to be. There's some that already do exist, but not to the extent. But it knows when you're driving, and it can send auto responses, so it doesn't even come through.
That's a great idea.
AT&T. I know people who have some version. There's an AT&T. App that does it or something, because I know there's certain people here that I text, like Lisa Lombardo. Like if I text her and she's driving, I get an automatic response that pops up that says this will be answered once I'm no longer driving.
Oh, I love that.
Or whatever. I should know what it says because.
Does your phone do that?
She drives a lot. No. No.
So I know that our phones don't do that. Then.
Yeah.
But she has an Android and I have an Apple, so it might be an Android thing.
And it's just common sense, because yesterday after we left here, I was putting stuff in my trunk. There was a truck parked right behind me in the parking lot here, and all of a sudden the engine started up. So I put my hood down and went to the side of my car, and then I looked, and there was this, visor thing over the window, so nobody could see out that window to protect it from the sun. I thought, well, what a dumb driver doing that. And it gets better. This woman walks over there. She started her truck up from 3 parking lot things away, and she walked over there and started up the truck before she was even in the truck. Now, how did she know that truck wouldn't have gone out of gear and jumped, and pinned me against my car, the trunk of my car? It's just common sense. How can we stop people from doing that?
Well, that's the remote start thing.
Yeah, but how come she didn't have any concern that there might be somebody around her vehicle that it might jump out of gear and hurt somebody.
Because it's supposed to work. That's the people's mentality is. It's supposed to work.
So I should have yelled at her.
You have a hard job. You know what? This all shows every single week. I think to myself, I don't know how you do your job. You have to listen to this stuff all week long and then figure out an approach to defend people. What is your phone number again, Vanessa?
It's area code 352-804-0092.
All right. Call us if you need any of that repeated. the Jennings Law Firm, 2945 Northeast 3rd Street in Ocala. Thank you,
Thank
Vanessa. We'll be right back.
DA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Some Democratic senators promising pushback against the GOP-backed health care bill, which cleared the House Thursday.
Senator Tim Kaine is upset the House passed the bill without seeing a new score from the Congressional Budget Office.
They rushed through a bill without knowing how many millions of people it would hurt.
House Speaker Paul Ryan acknowledged,
"We still have a lot of work to do."
Senate Republicans have said they want to see the new CBO score before moving forward with the legislation.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. Payrolls getting padded out with 211,000